Morning, everyone. Hello, folks. Today we got something a bit different. I want to check out a video that I saw popping up in my feed. And this video is GETTER, also known as Tara Reid, one of the best rappers in the universe, in my opinion. I really, really love his stuff. I prefer his Tara Reid stuff over his GETTER stuff back in the days a lot. And he is talking about the new Skrillex album, Instagram, Oliver Tree, Cold Ones, and embarrassing DJ stories. And I actually just wanted to watch the video, and I was like, that might be a nice conversation, and I can say my 2 cents to the topics. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. Let's check it out together. If this video sucks, if this is not an interesting reaction idea, I will definitely not upload it, so you will not see it. If you see this, let me know if you like this, if you like this kind of different video, and let me know what I should react on next. And leave a like and follow this channel. That's the most important thing. Also, yeah, new music coming soon. New music coming this month. I prepared an EP. I think that's what I can say. And it's gonna be special. Gonna be a cool one. Gonna be different. Gonna be unique. Yeah. That's my 2 cents now. Let's check it out. Get on new Skrillex album, Instagram, Oliver Tree, Cold Ones, and embarrassing DJ stories. Let's go.
We're back. Let's get it going. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to do. You know what I hate about Instagram?
First of all, I have to say already, it's really, really good to see GETTER in the spotlight again and talking freely on camera and stuff. Not sure if you guys follow his stuff or followed him. I followed him back in the days a lot. We've been briefly in touch back in the days. Not too much though. I never really got in touch with him. But he seems like a really, really genuine and nice guy. And I'm stoked that he's kind of coming back to the spotlight a bit. Of course, he's doing the Tara Reid stuff and everything, but that felt a bit disconnected from the social media realm, in my opinion. Yeah, he had his reasons. And yeah, I'm curious to just see some more about this incredibly talented dude again.
Reels and TikTok and all that is, as soon as you open it up, it's loud. It's annoying.
Yes, it's
pretty annoying tactic. Just like that. Trying to get some work done, and I got a freaking metal song in my face, and it won't even mute itself. We're starting off strong, complaining. What happened was, when I turn on...
Bro, TikTok is my absolute nemesis, not gonna lie. Like, for me, TikTok is probably the worst platform, and I hate everything about it, but still I have to post content there because it's work, what he just said. And that's probably the main part of my work that I absolutely hate.
On low latency last time, it made the video not 4K, and I'm 4K or bust, dude. If it's not 4K, I'm busting straight up. But we're back, dude. We're doing classic chocolate today. Still not sponsored. We're still not sponsored. Shut up.
Cheers, man. I don't have a drink at the moment. Wait, is this video... Okay, we gotta talk. GETTER. We gotta talk. Your video here, your upload. I'm not sure if you guys see it, but it's not in 4K. I'm flabbergasted.
All but 6. It's my guys. We were just in Salt Lake and Denver this past week. Why is it looks so ominous, yo? Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to chat about. The stash is gone. I was blowing my nose the other day. Got some boogers in my mustache. They dried, and then they got in my mouth, and it was gross. So I was like, nope.
Oh, damn.
Plus, it grew in blonde, which was weird. And yeah, we're going bare. Shout out all my folks in Denver and Salt Lake this past week. That was lit, dude. I was supposed to do 20 minutes. But because the All But 6 family are my guys, they're like, yo, go ahead, do 30. They were both fucking sold out.
Nice.
Over 3,000 people at each. I forgot my in-ear monitors, so I was screaming into the mic. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about the Skrill fucking album. I'm all giddy. I'm so giddy, dude. Catalyst was my fucking... That's where I came up. On my first shows. I don't know if I've ever told the story on the stream. I don't think I have. When I was like 17 or 18, I was a part of this promotion company called Vital SC, and they're the people who were responsible for the first Wobble Land 420. What's up? 420 hit. And it was like my...
Yeah, just wanted to say it rings a bell. I know the name. But yeah, back in the days when he was like 18, 17 years old, I was probably still like 15 and just starting with music. So yeah, I wasn't into it too much.
my first introduction. It was super fucking perfect timing, and actually won not really a contest, but it was kind of like who you want to see, and then all the local fools in San Jose were like, we want to see Getter to open for Rusko at the Catalyst. And if you're an old head like your boy, you know Rusko is a fucking dude that started it all, at least for me. It was probably my third or fourth show as a DJ. I didn't know the rules of DJing, especially being an opener for a very high profile artist like Rusko at the time. And I think this is my first time admitting this publicly, dude. 2010, 15 years ago, Rusko live, 2010, live in Santa Cruz. Your fucking boy, 16, 17, however fucking old I was, went on stage, did an hour-long set, and then I get the word, yo, Rusko's here. You got like 10, 15 minutes. Bro, I played Rusko's biggest songs at the time, right before Rusko got on stage. I didn't know better. In my head, I was like, yo, this is the GOAT. I'm gassing them up. Like, I'm going to get them stoked. They don't give a fuck that I'm playing it. They want to hear him play it, so I'm going to get them hyped. I played Rusko's biggest songs 10 minutes before he got on stage.
Yikes.
Look what I just found. The very right of the screen. Keep an eye out. You might see someone familiar. Oh, look who that is. That's me, dude. 2010. Bro, look, I'm a
cute
baby. And he was nice as fuck to me, even though I completely broke the rules. Had no idea. So shout out Rusko before his new teeth. Fast forward 8 years, 10 years later, I'm complaining about people doing that to me. Oh my God, that was Daniel. That's Sneak. That's hilarious. Look how young he looks. Damn. I had all my fucking Santa Cruz homies there. Oliver was there, Oliver Tree. We were mushed in the crowd. I was young, dumb, full of drugs. I trust your opinion.
Okay, talking about embarrassing DJ stories. So my first DJ set was when I was 17. And I was booked for a show. I just turned 18, I guess. Yeah. Milos asked me to play in Paris when I was 17, and I was like, yeah, nah, dude, I'm too young. I don't know what to do. I don't even know what CDJs are. And then he came back to me a year later and was like, dude, you're 18 now. Let's get it. I was like, yeah, if I don't do it now, I will probably never do it. Back in the days, I was shy as hell. I was like a little chubby kid and everything. I had the Code Pandorum project for a year or something, I think, or maybe 2 years. And there was I did not plan my stage appearance or anything. And then I watched the movie The Purge, and there was this guy with the god mask, and I was like, yeah, that's edgy. Let's do it. And I got that mask done. So that was the first time I played on stage. It was just like a random ass mask that I got. And people kind of loved it. I was one of the first people who actually wear a mask on stage after Fundcase. Fundcase was before me, but like an actual like conceptualized mask thing and idea behind it. With the album, the God LP that I planned, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I went to the venue and I never touched CDJs in my life. So I met Spaghetti at a weird house of the promoter. And they had a little shed, like it was a really, really tiny, odd crack house. And CDJs have been there, but it was not CDJ 2000, no Nexus, no whatever. It was like CDJs, I don't know, 120. They don't exist, but like old as shit. Like, I don't know. They're probably way, way more substances than I thought were on these CDJs, you know? It was really, really bad. It felt like DJing in the Silent Hill shed. And Spaghetti showed me how to make transitions like an hour or 2 hours before the beginning of the show. That was pretty insane. The show was at, what's the name again? It's a pretty famous venue in Paris. Like it's a crack house venue, but it's a good one. I don't remember. I played there a few times, but there then I met Dijaster, I met Sadu, I met Spaghetti, I met Ehide. Like many people from the US have been there. Blah blah blah. It was crazy. Back in the days, the dubstep scene in Paris was thriving, man. But yeah, that's probably my most embarrassing story, like getting booked for a show, not even knowing how to make a transition properly and stuff. But the thing is, the show was good. Promoter came after the show to me and was like, yeah, dude, you killed it. Let's book you in Montreal in Canada. And I was like, what? I just turned 18. What the hell is happening? That's where everything started.
Anything production, do you always start with your Ableton project completely blank? Also, any tips on mix downs for trap beats? I used to start with templates. I still do sometimes. Like this, I'll show you here. This is literally what I start with every time, a blank slate. I had templates with a bunch of like preloaded stuff, but then everything kind of started, like the mixes sounded the same and it all kind of like pushes you in one direction. Now
I get it. I stopped using templates too.
If I do use a template, it would look something like this, right? So I'll have a group here for drums. I'll have, say like this, a group for synths, and then usually a group for effects and samples. And that's pretty much what it'll look like. I'll do like 3 or 4 channels in each if I am going with a template, which I don't now, but when I did. And this just kind of gets rid of some of like the time in between, instead of opening it up and having to create new tracks and color them and blah, blah, blah. You just hop right on in. Tips on mix downs for rap beats. I don't think it matters a whole lot for mix downs for rap beats because you're going to end up.
Only thing I can say, I'm interrupting him the whole time. It sucks, but you're watching this reaction. So if you complain, what the hell are you doing here? Watch the original video now. Go to Getter's channel, follow him and watch the original. I think the only suggestion I can give you when it comes to producing rap beats, and especially when it comes to you producing rap beats and mixing down the rapper, I did that a few times now, and I'm pretty familiar to it. The only thing I can suggest is don't produce too loud, because you want headroom for the vocals and you want space to properly mix the whole song together. Because if your song is boosted crazy loud already, it will be hard to fit in the vocals, right?
Mixing it again with the vocals. Get it sounding as good as you can, the beat, that is. Once the vocals are on top, then you go about like the real mix down. A cheat code. I tell all my homies this trick, dude. There's a plugin called Track Spacer that you can buy, and it's essentially a sidechain specifically for vocals. The way I do it is I'll make the beat, export it as is, and then throw it in a new instance and record on that. So that way I don't have to worry about the different channels. I usually will do like 1 mono layer for the main and then like 2 layers of sides, so like 4 other ones. But go on that first take, the main vocal track, and you put the track spacer on the beat, route it to the main vocal track, and then you can use like multi-band sidechaining to cut into the beat. So I'll usually like leave the lows and the super high zone just below where the hi-hats and the top end of the snare hit, and you can carve that out of like the beat, but you don't notice it when the vocals are on it. So you can get the vocals and the beat loud as fuck. Yeah, I hope that helps, big guy. Favorite tune from the new Skrill album? Honestly, the new ones with Boys Noise and Dylan.
Honestly, I would not be able to say my favorite tune of the new Skrill album, because there is no new tune on it. It's literally just a mix.
Brady from 100 Gex. Those are so cool. Obviously Voltage and San Diego VIP and DMB Ting. Those new ones with Boys Noise and Dylan Brady. And then Squishy Clip and I think it's Slick Man. Are so
Squishy
cool.
Clip is pretty sick though.
Oliver Tree, hilarious. I switched high schools, made all new friends, and my homie, his brother-in-law, lived in Santa Cruz. We would take the Diridon bus from San Jose to Santa Cruz and chill with them like every weekend. And Oliver was just in their friend group, and he had 2 broken arms when I met him. He was like this, dapped him up. He's like, "What's good? We're all getting fucked up, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Dude, what happened to your arms?" And he's like, "My parents put me through clown school, and we did a unicycle lesson, and I fell down and snapped both my arms." Dude, for months, went about my life. Anytime anybody brought up Oliver, I'm like, it's crazy about his arms, right? And the next time we went over there, went up to his homie Ray. It was something along the lines of like, "Yo, can't believe he broke his arms in a unicycling thing." And he's like, "Dude, he tells that shit to everybody. He rides BMX, bro. He fell down. There was so he was just like lying the whole time." It was so funny. But yeah, and then we became pretty close friends. We liked a lot of the same rap, liked a lot of the same dubstep, EDM shit. He actually taught me how to DJ, and I taught him how to produce. We both had kind of a grasp on what it was, but then I was like, "Do this," and he was like, "Do this." It was fun. Good guy.
That's cute.
Love Oliver Tree. One of the best musicians around now. Yeah. Are you talking about the Skrillex album? I love the DJ Smokey hosting throughout the whole thing. I've been following Smokey for a while, bro. Evil Ways, the first one, detrimental to my rap come up. Shout out DJ Smokey. I love that Skrillex puts on fools. It's amazing. I'm so glad he's back. Can't wait to see what comes next. Sonny, if you're watching, if you see this, we all love you. Great album. What would help the artist the most? I'd love to see more uploads from you, by the way. From my personal experience, because I've had Getter forever when I was trying to go more.
Gotta pause here again to talk about the Skrill album for a second. I saw some comments about people complaining that I, with only 35k followers, criticize Skrillex. And hear me out. Criticism is entirely subjective. And even you watching with maybe 10 followers are allowed to criticize Skrillex, and you're allowed to criticize his art because he's putting it out publicly. That's how art works. If art is getting put out, people will listen to it and people will judge it and people will make their own picture. And either they love it, they hate it, or they are in the middle and they just say what they like about it and what they don't like. And if you would have watched the full reaction to the Skrillex album, you would have known that I said I like it. But there's things that I don't like, which is completely normal. That's how life works, and that's how everything works. So don't take everything too seriously, honestly. No one cares about followers and how many followers you have. It doesn't matter that much. But going back to the Skrillex album, I listened to it once more, I think, and I still have the standpoint that I think that it's a good mix. It's an interesting showcase. It feels like a showcase mix, and I just hope that the next album is an actual album, and I'm excited for that. That's pretty much all I can say, I guess.
I'd love to see more uploads from you, by the way. From my personal experience, because I've had GETTER forever when I was trying to go more Tara Reid, as well as I did, I'm super proud of it. No complaints at all. The one thing that I did notice, the translation from numbers to plays and visits. Don't worry about me. Like, I'm chilling. I'm doing this for the love of it. But for artists that are coming up, I do feel like it needs to be kind of even when it comes to content and music, because we all know that we're just going to get robbed from Spotify. It's cool. Like, we've accepted that. If they're going to take everybody's money, they might as well hook us up with something else. A lot of people have been coming up to me being like, I love the podcast. So it's cool that people are receiving it as a podcast. So I might lean more in that direction and keep this same exact shit. Get rid of this, move everything up on a shelf up there and get a couch and start having guests. Homies that make music, but homies that don't make music. I like that. Me and Casey Rocket from Kill Tony been talking.
Invite me.
Wow, he's a great dude. Hilarious. And I thought it would be funny to, like, what if I had an episode where I have fucking Casey Rocket on and we make a song and he raps or sings or does whatever. That would be pretty dope. Love to get more guests on. Would you ever be on an episode of Cold Ones with Max and Chad? Yes, and I was. I'm going to be honest. We're doing a lot of confessions. It was right around the same time of me moving to Denver and isolating. I was by myself and there was a lot of feelings in my head and I was like, oh man, I think I'm depressed. Turns out I wasn't. I didn't want to see doctors, so I just kind of self-diagnosed myself, you know? And then I went to psychiatrist type thing, and they were like, oh yeah, you're super depressed, dude. Here's Lexapro. They put me on Lexapro. Was on Lexapro, went on tour with Gravy. It was right after my breakup too, so I did the whole tour abstinent. I wasn't macking on any girls. I wasn't drinking. It was my first tour sober. Get off of that, go directly to Australia, right? Now, one of the things with Lexapro is you're not supposed to drink on it. I guess it's very dangerous, and it will fuck you up even worse.
Isn't it dangerous to drink on antidepressants anyways? I think it's something you shouldn't do.
I didn't know that. I don't know if my doctor didn't tell me, but...
I had it once. Like, I was on pretty hard painkillers because of my back in the days when I had my spinal cord tumor that was pressing on the nerves. And I was on pretty hard painkillers, like opiates. And I was in the Fantasia Land, which is like a... How do you call it? Like, kind of like Six Flags, but in Germany and way cooler than Six Flags and stuff. It's really immersive and stuff. Is it a fair? No, it's not a fair. Amusement park. An amusement park. I was in an amusement park in Fantasia Land. And I was on those painkillers and I didn't think about it. And I was drinking like I think just one strong beer or something. And because of that, I had to just puke the whole day. Like I was drinking one beer and after that I was messed up. Like the whole drive back home, we had to park like every 20, 30 minutes and I just had to puke and shit. It was the worst. And I can't imagine that it's kind of the same with antidepressants.
If he did, I wasn't listening. Did the whole Gravy tour without getting fucked up. Go to Australia. I get to the city where Max and Chad are. I've been talking to them for a minute, especially Max. Great guys. We hang out a little bit. Kudos was there. Shout out Kudos. We're chilling. They love Tara Reid. They're like, yo, let's do Cold Ones. I'm like, fuck yes. I fucking love this show. Love all the skits, everything, blah, 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 blah. Keep in mind, I'm on Lexapro and I haven't drank for probably about 8 months at this point. Yikes. I think I was also tapering off of it because I wanted to stop. And so,
man.
I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm going to do Cold Ones as Tara Reid and I'm going to drink for the first time time in 6 or 7 months. And I'm going to get fucked up on camera. It'll be hilarious. I hope I throw up. I hope I make a fucking dumbass of myself. People haven't seen this side of me in forever. Yeah. I'll tell you how the episode starts. So they're like, make some noise for Tower Raid. And then we did like 100 different alcohols poured into a boot or something. And the way it would work would be they're filming and they give you an alcohol. You look at the camera, say what it is, take a sip, pour it in the cup. It was like a cup like this fucking big. And that was the premise of the Cold One shit I was doing with them. And halfway through it, I started to sweat. Lexapro beef sweats. And at first everyone's laughing. Oh, he's super drunk already. Haha. And then it started to like get worrisome. And I started to like not only slur my words, but like I couldn't keep, like if y'all are the Cold Ones boys or the camera, like I couldn't even look at them. I was drenched in sweat. And then I couldn't finish sentences, not even slurring. But the thing was, is I remember I didn't feel that drunk. I think it was just because like you're not supposed to drink on Lexapro. And it was still at the beginning. So my tour manager's like, yo, dude, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then it kept going. And then they just cut it off. They're like, hey man, we can't do this. You're too fucked up. I do remember going into an Uber and throwing up in the Uber. Yeah, next morning I woke up, I wasn't even hungover. And I was like, fuck, I fucked that up. My favorite show. I was like, hey guys, that was my bad. Sorry for wasting your time. I just found out that you're not supposed to drink on Lexapro. So that's what happened. Hopefully I get to try it again. But you know, whatever.
Bro, fingers crossed, man. Oh my God.
I took the L, moved forward. Great guys. They're still my homies. Chad has an amazing Sharpay.
Damn. That was cool. That was fun. That was really enjoyable. The time flew away. I'm gonna follow his channel here. Damn. If you guys like this concept, just reacting to some other stuff than music, please let me know. There's more metal reactions coming. There's more music reactions coming really, really soon. I plan a lot at the moment on the reaction side. I really love it. And yeah, let me know what you think. Have a good one. Love you all. Peace.